Right then, this is a quick walk around video. This is for an absolutely lovely looking Honda CR-V. It's a 1.6 SR diesel, fitted with some lovely accessories. Notably, it's got the exterior styling pack with the front and rear extensions to the bumpers, high level rear spoiler, plus also the big screen sat nav from the top of the range EX model. So it's a very, very nicely spec'd car. Top of which, you've also got this lovely private plate which comes with the vehicle. It's probably worth quite a bit of money. If you're called Jeff, it's a great car for you. If you're not, it's still a great plate. Front of the car, really clean. Lights, lenses, clear, intact. No cracks, no condensation there. Bumpers very clean. Likewise, bonnets exhibits only the odd, very minor stone chip. Near side of the car, really, really smooth in the panel work. Looks absolutely lovely. It's a bit windy, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Near side front alloy, really good. The one takes all the bashing, but it's got a tiny bit right on the outside edge, but nothing that merits a mention or worrying about anyway. Near side rear alloy, again, lovely and clean. And the angle I love on the CR-Vs when they've got that high level spoilers and the kits, that angle there looks absolutely superb. Come around the back, again, bumper corners really clean. Rear bumper likewise. And offside of the vehicle, driver side, again, very, very smooth in the panel work. Finally, offside rear alloy, again, very, very clean. The panel work's absolutely beautiful. The final alloy, again, in absolutely super condition. So externally, it really is in lovely condition with only the odd minor blemish which you'd naturally expect. Let's come to the back of the car now. This is always the Achilles heel for this type of car because it's normally heavily used, and yet this one's been kept absolutely superbly. Coming to the back, again, lovely half leather interior on the SRs. Looks absolutely superb, and it's been kept absolutely beautifully as well. And again, this is where kids do the most of their damage, and yet this one's been given a relatively very, very light life. Coming to the front now. Again, continues the theme of very, very clean and tidy. It's obviously been cherished by whoever's owned this vehicle. Coming to the front, getting even windier, so hopefully you can hear me as I said. Again, all very, very clean and tidy. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section as always, so the dashboard can be seen illuminated. Dash looks in pretty much new condition, absolutely amazing. Sat nav, as I said, big screen sat nav on this particular one, all working exactly as it should. Normally on the SRs, that little pod up there is where you get the reverse camera, but with this option, that's then built into the screen, so it's much, much bigger as well. That also doubles up as a DVD player as well. You're stationary with the handbrake on, so you can actually watch films. Dual zone clamp control system, again, all working exactly as it should and in beautiful condition. Now if I come up to the binnacle, 54,055 miles, no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. But a really, really nice example, this one. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V, and it's a 1.6 SR diesel. This particular car is registered J15UEF, and mileage at the start of the video is 54,040 miles. The reason for doing the videos is very simple indeed. We do it on all our cars to ensure that if anyone is looking online, they actually get to see the car advertised in operation. The reason we feel it's important is because we basically, to our cost, unfortunately, we've been to see cars which look perfectly good in an advert or photographs, only to find out when you drive it, it's got a fundamental issue that shows up whilst you're on test drive. So hence, that's why we do it. We also do it on these very, very quiet country roads, very close to our premises. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. And the reason we do the video on it is hopefully then it'd be representative of what you feel yourself should you be offered to test drive in the vehicle. So coming to the car, as you'll know, hopefully by the time I've done this video, I should have done the walk around section, but it may be edited later. It's a lovely car that's been beautifully looked after. Worth pointing out, we've not even cleaned the car yet. It, crikey me, hardly even needs it. It's in such beautiful condition in here. Engine starts instantly, settles to a completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, aside, that is, from a low fuel light currently on the vehicle, which obviously fuel in will get rid of that. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engines are absolutely brilliant diesel engines. On the move, they're smooth, quiet, refined. They pull with vigour from low revs. Don't think just because it's a 1.6 it can't pull. Quite the opposite. It's a very sort of pokey engine in terms of how it pulls it along. But what's lovely about it as well is the fact that, you know, the fuel economy you can get from them is pretty easily achieved. Some diesel engines, you have to really struggle, nurse them along just to get the economy or close to the economy. These are one of those that it actually comes relatively easily with just normal driving style. But a wonderful, wonderful engine with a reputation for reliability and longevity absolutely unmatched in its class. Helped by the fact that it's got a timing chain, not a timing belt as well. So no massive service looming on the vehicle. Engine then feeds through into clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car is absolutely perfect, bite point exactly where it's meant to be, and it's lovely and smooth in operation. Same goes to the gearbox, which I say in pretty much every single CR-V video is a superb gearbox in every way. Not just because it's tough and reliable, because we've never touched one internally, but just the quality of its actuation. Like most cars of this type, the gear lever here is actually joined by cables through to the gearbox underneath, and that can mean that some cars you get a lifeless, vague gearbox, long and throw. This is the absolute opposite. It feels like it's going directly into a gearbox underneath. It's short, it's snappy in operation, it feels beautifully engineered, which it is. It's what Honda do brilliantly well, and that feels absolutely like it would have done when it was new. Steering on the car feels really nice on the road, makes the car feel very nicely planted on the road. It's got a weight about it which helps. There's no vibrations, it tracks absolutely fine, dead straight, but it's a very nice system. Unlike a lot of SUVs, this corner is a classic example. This one, going to the corner, turning only a tiny little bit, it follows absolutely faithfully, no adjustments required. It's precise, accurate, brilliantly done for this type of vehicle. Same goes for the chassis. It flows through corners brilliantly well. It's very, very car-like to drive in every single way, and in a good way as well. Because unlike, again, a lot of SUVs which go for kind of a soft, pillowy, straight-ahead ride, as soon as you show them a corner, they kind of lollop over and they're wandering about. This one, the body control is beautifully controlled. Damping's superb. But it also offers a very, very comfortable and compliant ride. Honda should know, of course, because the CR-V is, it's the best-selling SUV in the world, and for a very good reason. Because obviously they managed to hit the sweet spot with the design of the car and how it drives. Otherwise, people wouldn't be coming back in their droves to buy them. Also, with the chassis, what I'm listening out for is any kind of sound noises coming from underneath the vehicle when it hits a bump, and there's nothing at all. You hear it hitting the bump, there's no kind of chatterings or knockings, nothing like that at all. I'm going to give the brakes a good firm thump in a second, just bear with me while I get straight ahead, make sure no one's directly behind me. That is perfect. Hard enough to get the hazard lights to come on, because it does so for safety reasons when you hit the brakes hard on the CR-Vs. No pulsing, no vibrations, perfect brake pedal, absolutely. Coming inside the car, it's in just, as I said, not been cleaned, but in beautiful, beautiful condition in here. And as you know, this is a highly equipped SR. They don't come standard with this sat-nav. Everything's working as it should. You sit in the car with wonderful visibility, helped by the fact that you can see a bonnet. You've got these massive wing mirrors. It just makes you feel very confident on the road. The dash itself, beautifully built like the rest of the car inside. The build quality is sensational in these vehicles, but it's simple, easy to use. Sat nav, you know, working perfectly, as you can see. Dual zone climate control, offering you the option to have different temperatures side to side, and that blows out absolutely ice cold air, by the way. Heated seats, again, all working exactly as they should. What you don't realise is when you press the button on these things, the quality of actuation of the buttons and all the controls on the Hondas are just beautifully engineered. It's kind of underplayed, you know, but when you get in some competitive models, then you soon see sort of, you know, why Honda put the effort into these things, because it really does make a difference to the whole feel of the vehicle in terms of kind of whether it's premium or whether it's just, you know, a mass market product. You know, as I said, Honda done a fantastic job, as it always do on the vehicle. Dash binnacle in front is lovely and simple, legible, easy to read, easy to use. All the information you require and not a drop more. Steering wheel, small in diameter and leather bound, feels absolutely like new to hold. Everything again working exactly as it should. It feels nice and dinky. It makes the car feel, it helps make it feel more manoeuvrable. It probably isn't, you know, just the fact that you haven't got a steering wheel out here like a truck or a bus trying to sort of wind your arms around, you know, help with that feeling that you can just sort of guide the car wherever you want to go. As I said at the start of the video, brief as it may well be, it's just to show the car in operation, but to give an honest assessment of how it drives, and of any issues there are with the car. There's nothing at all. It drives absolutely beautifully. I've got a CR-V. I've had umpteen CR-Vs. I always have one in the same colour as this, bizarrely enough, but there we are. So I know these cars intimately. We've been selling them for nearly 3 decades now, so we know them well. I've worked at Honda previously as well, and this is a very, very, very nice example. It really is. It drives absolutely perfectly. As always though, if you've got any questions about the car, don't hesitate, do give us a call.